You'll have to excuse the noise of the neighbors in the backyard, but I was just in my backyard looking at this. We've had like 2 days of rain, and we had a swimming pool here at one time, but it has reminded me of an art piece by Monet, which is going to be our inspiration for art and alcohol today. Is this on? Can it hear me? Can you hear me? Ooh, wine for springtime. Well, hello. Welcome back to Art and Alcohol. I'm Jason Beard, and if you are a newcomer to my channel, I'm the YouTuber that gets drunk, does an arts and crafts, just to see how good or terrible it turns out to be. If you're a returner to my channel, welcome back everybody. Thanks for watching, thanks for liking and subscribing, and hitting the notification bell so you're notified of more art and alcohol to come. On art and alcohol that we all know, if you've been here before, is to drink. I already have some in my glass already. Sauvignon Blanc. Looked like spring, and it looked like something good to drink for spring. It looked very refreshing, so I put it in my fridge when I got home, and now it's nice and cold, and it says delightfully crisp. It's in the theme of spring. Art history today with a painting. We're going to learn about Monet. If anyone hasn't done art class in school or whatever, Monet was an artist in the late 1800s who painted kind of the blurry looking ponds and fields and things like that in very pastel-y type colors. The reason in that is because Monet had cataracts later on in his life. So most of his paintings turned out to be this, like if you were to squint and look and everything is so like blurry and pretty and things like that. It's kind of how to sort of describe it. Not making fun of Monet. You know what? It's going to come off because listen, this is a sweaty art and alcohol today because it was like 85 degrees today. Yet we're still in spring. Now drink some cold wine. Cheers, everybody. You need some more of that. An art and alcohol pour. You're going to need a cardstock piece of paper. You need some paintbrushes, some paint, masking tape, and a cup of water for your paintbrushes. Let me look it up on my computer over here. I'm not just staring at the wall, moving my mouse around. So I said, oh, how springy and gay. Well, let's just paint it. Don't be too gay. Spring was invented by the season of spring. And in a garden in 1492. You're gonna need a lot of blue paint. We're gonna try to do this idea if I can like put it next, if you can see it. So something kind of like that. So you kind of learn your art history and all of this stuff. You can use a sponge. I have a spongy brush that you can use. So it's kind of like a sponge type of painting. Come on, SpongeBob. SpongeBob was invented by gay people in the ocean and mermaids in 1993. Just dab it on. Dab, dab, dab. Like that, in a way. Just go across. That's what we're going to do. Probably going to turn out to look like shit. But, at least we tried. You know what else you could do? You can just basically pour the paint right onto it like most artists do. Make some lines like, some people do at the bar. And on your paper, not like actual lines, Pour it right onto the paper. Looks like your fingers, you've murdered a Smurf, but you'll be alright. So just kind of go vertically like that, across your paper. Dabble it on, just a little dabble there. Cross, all the way across. Here we're just going to put some green Green was invented by Kermit the Frog. In 1953, used this type to make like a green effect, like that. Crossing the river was invented by crisscross. They'll make you jump. This kind of brush. Brushes were invented by drag queens. They could do their makeup. In 1443, little circles. You can also take your fingers, dab a finger in there, dab it, painting. I guess I need to give you some real facts, right? About Claude Monet. Claude Monet was born in November 14th, 1840, in Rue Lafitte, Paris, France. And he lived in France most of his life, had a very long career in painting realistic to surrealistic or modernism paintings, as you've seen probably before. If not, then you need to Google it, okay? Oh, yeah. This is what we have so far. Flowers and green. Have some orange in your paintings. Maybe we're going to do two paintings, because there's one where I wanted to do the bridge. Dab. Dab. Then you can add hints of like white and whatever. Add some white to it, because you need some white to it. Painting was invented by artists like Claude Monet in 1333. This kind of contrast of that. We'll do another one. That's one weird art piece down that we did. We're going to do a simpler piece this time instead of get very fancy schmancy with the other one. Fancy schmancy was invented by rich people in 1923. So you'll need your masking tape for this one. We're going to kind of go the length of the paper. I'm going to kind of do it in a way where it's going to arch like the painting I showed before with the bridge. The bridge is going to be wide, the bridge over pond lilies. So for our art teaching class and your drunk teacher who needs to be drinking more, but girl, I tell you, it's really hot. Masking tape. You're going to do two. Bridge is going to go like that. Mash whatever bubbly bits are on it, you know. But, you know, you're going to put your bridge over like that. And make sure it only covers that. Don't go over that, or you're going to have little bits sticking out over the bridge. Masking tape was invented by people who wore masks in 1333. It got heated and hot, so I had to turn my fan on. So yeah, fan on. I'm sorry if it makes too much noise. I'll try to speak louder. So your bridge will kind of look like that. Can you see that? So we're going to do that again. We're going to use a blue. We're going to kind of go paint upwards. Be very fadey with it. You don't have to be precise. Continue to do your blue. Blue was invented by the sky in 1911. We're going to add paint all the way across for the green, all the way around like this. You're just gonna, you see this? It's like this kind of motion, but it's this way. You get the idea. Sponge bob it all the way through. It's like Bob Ross, but with alcohol, you know? Since I don't have any brown, and I could just make some. So yellow, red, and blue will make brown. If you don't know that, you learned something today from your drunk art teacher on art and alcohol. You're welcome. Pat it, pat it, pat it, pat it, pat it, pat it. Padding paint was invented by Paddington Bear in 1333. I don't know why everything is in the 1300s today, but that was a long time ago. Do our white, a little brush strokes across, and then we're going to add a little bit of red to the flowers, or like a pink. We need to clean up some. Put our brushes and paint away for the pièce de résistance, or however you say it. So here we're going to take the masking tape off. Oh. I mean, this was a DIY project that I found that didn't know how it was going to turn out, but it turned out kind of cool looking. in honor of spring and painting and springtime of Claude Monet and his spring blind painting, whatever, Bridge Over Water Lilies, that you can do DIY at home. Painting. That wraps up this week's episode of Art and Alcohol. Please stay tuned for more Art and Alcohol to come by liking and subscribing and hitting the notification bell. Comment. Let me know what you thought of this. Follow me on social media, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram. It's all in the description below if you press the more little thing down there. Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe. And I'll see you next time here on Art and Alcohol. Bye for now.